Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta. This is the second to last chapter in the entire game, and it's going to be another boss fight chapter. Just so you guys know, this video is going to be about 2/3 cutscene, 1/3 gameplay, so we've got a lot to sit through. Yeah, I might commentate over some parts that happened, but we got a lot of cutscenes to sit through. That's a lot of exposition at the moment, so let's get that started.
What follows those living in the light is nothing but the profound, empty darkness born from the shadow that grows longer as they approach the brilliant radiance. To truly see, your eyes must be open to both light and dark. Don't you agree, my dear child?
Let's put lipstick on her, that's kind of weird.
Mummy's here! Mummy's here! Mummy!
Little one.
You've arrived, my dear, sweet Cereza. My, why the grim face, my dear? As a child, your smile was warmer than the sun.
So, you are the last of the Lumen Sages.
I am indeed. My name is Balder, but if you so choose, you may address me as Father. There is much you have forgotten. It has been 500 years since we last met. If your memories were still intact, this would have been a much more emotional reconciliation.
How did you get the girl?
Where shall I begin? We, the Lumen Sages, and your Umbra Witches, have long been the overseers of history, each bearing witness with their own eye. This is how our universe's existence was preserved. However, for 500 years, you have been exiled from the world's affairs.
Use the Force.
You are the left eye of the eyes of the world.
Could you dispense with the riddles and just tell me what these sodding eyes actually are?
You're not gonna get a good answer.
Your years of slumber have caused you to forget many things, even as we stand on the verge of the resurrection of the Creator. The resurrection of Jubileus. There is but one way to return your epic of forgotten memories and open your eye of the Overseer. Your uncorrupted eye had to be exposed to the history it could not see. Your battles, your struggles, everything you've experienced in this town has been a stepping stone for your enlightenment. It has all been done for the left eye.
I've had enough of your philosophical pretensions. I won't ask again. Where did you get the girl?
Your question has been answered. All this has been done to awaken the left eye. For that, you had to see yourself once more.
Yep. That little girl is her.
You are truly beyond salvation, Sage.
Salvation. Such a curious word. I mark the path to salvation with light. However, no matter how brilliant that light grows, the darkness within the human heart grows even darker. Light, dark, and chaos between. 3 realities, once split, shall be brought together to create a new universe in the image of the old. To these ends, leading to the Festival of Resurrection 500 years ago, I fanned the flames of terror, spurring on the witch hunts. However, despite the people's belief in the return of Jubileus, the Creator, the left eye was out of reach. Since then, I have devoted myself to this town's prosperity, and now it is time for my preparations to bear fruit. Jubileus will be resurrected. We will become the eyes of the world, and a new universe will take over.
Mummy! I could never call the man behind this nightmare father.
Great speech, big guy.
Luca.
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Mr. Big Shot Ithaval Executive? Salvation, light. You take this entrepreneurial philosophy a bit seriously, don't you? But it's all diarrhea of the mouth, if you ask me.
Good line.
History is littered with famous genocidal figures, just like you. Or, should I say, infamous genocidal figures.
You must be Luca, journalist extraordinaire. I must say, I'm truly impressed you've made it this far, child. Like father, like son, I suppose.
What?
Luca, Luca, Luca. Your father had problems with my philosophies. It's fine to investigate, but when malicious rumors start to spread, I must see to it that they come to a stop. For being kind enough to ascertain that my long-lost eraser was at the bottom of some lake, I granted him his final wish and accepted his permanent resignation.
You bastard!
You are of no use to me. However, I am not without dignity. I will allow you to die in the same manner as your father.
I don't see what makes that so dignified. Why didn't she use witch time?
Well, I guess my plan has gone right out the window.
Boo!
Such a shame that sacrifice had to be made. But if destiny is not fulfilled soon, this tragedy will be repeated ad nauseum. Speaking of tragedy, I suppose you've met Jean. While she sealed you away and kept you from trouble, after falling into our hands, she's been incredibly useful. Although her distinct lack of obedience required a bit of mental reprogramming. Her tragic end led you directly to me, just as planned. The time for awakening the left eye is soon. Fear not, my dear, sweet Cereza. fear your fate. Stand tall, my child. Realize your true potential. Cereza, we are one, my child.
So after about 10 minutes of cutscene, Baldur's gonna start fighting us. I really don't see how this is gonna help Bayonetta realize her true potential, but he's got a sort of a Xanatos, like, haha, I planned this all along, even my own defeat gambit going. So here we're gonna fight Father Baldur. There was a lot of exposition, but don't have the time to discuss that, because now we're gonna have I'm gonna show a montage of a lot of his different attacks, because when you actually know what to do, he can be defeated quite quickly. He likes to throw those blue spheres at you. Those will trap you and you'll have to break out of it. He likes to do that dashing attack that those certain affinities like to do. And then there's these where he shoots 3 Magnus streams out at you. Similar to Jean, he will attack you with a sword as well. And many times he has a 3-hit combo. If you dodge the 3-hit combo, you will get witch time from it. The sword attack that smacks you up into the air actually won't do damage to you, but all the other attacks afterwards will. As I might have shown before, using the mood of Mahakala to deflect his attacks is one of the most useful skills you could get, so in that way he's kind of like Jean and the Gracious and Glorious, because he can be very susceptible to that. Like, there are 3 phases to the boss fight. He has only 1 life bar each. So his health is actually pretty easy to take down, but he likes to keep his distance from you. Sometimes he'll try to do just 1 sword swipe, sometimes not. Like I said, on the 3rd hit of a lot of his combos, he will get witch time for it. In the later phases, he will become far more aggressive with his sword strikes, as I'm showing off right here. But yeah, if you keep a lookout and I don't know what that attack was. He attacked me from quite a long distance with like some sort of claw attack. He'll shoot these fireballs at you. They're pretty good to deflect with the Moon of Mahakala for extra magic or something back at him. He'll summon them in like an arc around him, and he'll summon them in a circle around you, so they're good to dodge out of the way and just try to block. He'll do this one attack, which is really weird, where he'll start trying to summon meteors against you. Like, you'll see like all the telegraph marks where they're going to appear happen. The smoke can obscure your vision. And this is the most annoying attack that he has, this laser, which often comes right the hell out of nowhere. It's generally pretty difficult to predict. He makes the same exact cry, like scream, like sound whenever he uses it. And I just find it really difficult to predict and everything. Because, yeah, he could attack you while in the middle of finishing your combo, and if you dodge backwards, it'll still hit you. So what you have to do is dodge to the sides, or if you're really lucky, you'll get back within if you're mashing the dodge button when you're going against it. And sometimes if you get caught within the sphere, he'll try to shoot you with the laser straight afterwards. So the laser is a very tricky attack. During all 3 phases of this fight, he will, at random, might do one of these attacks. One of the first phases is he has a satellite shoot a giant laser at you. You press the jump button to a quick time event away from the platform, and you'll be taken to another one. Now, this was actually kind of a weird part here. Like, I tried to dodge out of the way of the blue sphere, but it kept coming after me. But the second I got trapped, this is the attack that he uses at random during the 2nd phase, after you drain 1 life bar. He picks up an entire skyscraper and throws it at you. And just like Jean's missiles, you have to press the punch and kick button together in order to counter it. It looks great. So yeah, that looks pretty damn amazing, but I was surprised that I was even able to do that because I got hit by his attack, which is supposed to stun you, so I had the visuals of Bayonetta surrounded by a lightning ball during that, so that's something I don't think happens very often, so I was actually pretty happy that that happened. Now, I didn't make an edit there. That's exactly how quick it is, because during the second phase, he will try to shoot you with a satellite laser again, but it won't cut to the image of the actual satellite. Now, during the third phase, during his third life bar, he'll just say, screw the laser, he'll just try and throw the satellite against you. And this is a bit more closer to what Jean's missile was. You have to press the same buttons in order to counter it, but instead you'll have a game of hot potato with this satellite, and you'll have to press the button right in time so that you can keep throwing it back at each other. They get a little bit quicker each time, so you have to be pretty on your guard. So I think those are about all of the attacks that I think he has. So yeah, if you drain one of his life bars, you have to, of course, press the climax button. So this is what happens at the end of the first phase, after you drain his first life bar. She will summon Gamora, and just like any times before, you have to mash the button. It'll count as a torture attack, so hopefully you can do it after the end of a combo, so that you could get a decent amount of points for it. But of course, since he is a powerful Lumen Sage, your simple Infernal Summon is really no match against him like this. And thus, the second phase begin. In between each phase, you'll get a checkpoint. So, if you like, you don't screw around or anything, yeah, if you don't screw anything, actually taking him down is really quickly, because, like I said, it's just one standard life bar. You don't have to drain, say, 2 life bars before having to press climax, at least not on normal difficulty. And this is what she summons at the end of the second phase, after you drain his second life bar. I keep forgetting what the centipede creature is called. But again, just like Gamora, you will have to try and press it. You will get torture attack points. And of course, Baldur will destroy it as well. Not exactly kill it. I think the demon's still alive down in Inferno. It's just he's able to get rid of its earthly form. Using with the peacock feathers is pretty funny. And if you ever miss out on pressing the climax button, you'll hear it break. He will be invincible for a little bit, and he'll recover about a third of his life bar. So that's pretty much all there is to it, so let's see what happens when I stop screwing around. The reason why I tend to prefer Scarborough Fair when fighting him, as well as the Shuraba and Kilgore, is because Baldur likes to keep his distance, so I like to use its charge modifiers in order to get some more damage against him and build up the gun combo points on the side. If you're really lucky with the sword swings, you'll be able to get Witch Time quite easily from him. And if you're really good with the Moon of Mahakala, let's look at what the standard 4-punch, 1-kick mash combo does against him with Shuraba Kilgore. I find heel stomps to be pretty effective against him, because it seems he has a less of a chance of dodging it. But you see how fast I drained his life bar when, I wasn't screwing around, just, waiting for him to do stuff? I kind of don't like Baldur's peacock feathers around him. When the camera gets too close to you, and if he's kind of has his back to you, all the peacock feathers can really obscure your vision. I don't really like the way his peacock feathers are. I think they should have been a bit more transparent. They should have been a bit less visually impeding, in my opinion. So, most of the time it isn't an issue, but when it is an issue, you'll really wish it isn't there. And because, yes, after each time you do that, you get a checkpoint. That's why you actually see me fade the footage into it, into, say, the successful attempt. So yeah, at the end of the third swing, if you dodge it, you get Witch Time, and just wreck him. Yeah, heel stomp's pretty useful. I find it more useful than Tetzonko's, because just for some reason he seems to not dodge heel stomps as much. I don't know why. And I got super lucky using the Moon of Mahakala against the laser attack. That damn annoying laser. There's actually a secret weapon that you can get in the game that's only gotten by beating a mission on at least normal mode, like 100 times, so you have to play 100 missions on normal mode all the way through to completion. This is a popular one for that, because when you know what you're doing, you can just skip the cutscenes and defeat Baldur in about 3 minutes. Of course, you will always have to see these torture attack cutscenes again. And I personally find, the side of Little Cereza inside Baldur to be the creepiest sight in the entire game, maybe even out of both Bayonetta games. If Bayonetta's beating the crap out of him, isn't she technically hurting her younger self? So yeah, that Little Cereza, that's Bayonetta as a child. Somehow Baldur was able to pull her out of, the past. As you might have saw there, I got hit once. I didn't think I did because I didn't see the red graphic near the life bar that indicated it. So I thought it was fine. But actually it did take a little bit of hit, and that's why I have a platinum for this chapter instead of pure platinum. So I only took the smallest bit of damage that the game allows, actually. So I was actually a bit disappointed in that, but oh well, still got the platinum. This fight's actually not too bad once you get used to it. And this is what happens when you actually defeat him.
Don't fuck with a witch.
That lipstick does have a lot of significance, but that's a lot of extra story stuff that's probably better explained when I talk about the second game, eventually. So you have to take control of the lipstick bullet, and you have to avoid these panes of glass, and you have to direct it right into Baldur's forehead. That's how you finish him off.
Hey, Jubileus, the Creator, grace you!
I don't even know how she was able to pull Cereza out of him. And of course she controls a missile in order to catch Luca. How very convenient.
I've got to give you credit, Bayonetta. You never cease to impress.
You haven't seen the half of it.
I've seen enough. Well, that about wraps it up, huh?
Not yet.
I don't know how she knows that this is a portal to the past, but at this point, like, the story is really screwy. It deals with, like, a parallel universe now, like an alternate timeline and time paradox stuff, so this is the point where the story gets really confusing.
Mommy! Daddy!
No need to be afraid, little one. The nightmare is over. Everything was just a dream. You're a strong little girl. There is nothing you cannot overcome.
Mommy? Did you find it? What you were looking for?
Yes, I found it. So don't you worry anymore. You just keep your treasure safe too. Sweet dreams, little one. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words.
Time travel is just that easy. And suddenly, time paradox.
When you love something, never lose it. Understand, little one? You must keep it safe, close to your heart. I'm not afraid anymore, Mummy. No matter what. There's nothing I cannot do.
Bayonetta! What's happening to you?
And now it is done. The right eye oversees the light. The left eye oversees the darkness. 2 eyes to oversee the world. It was never the woman known as Bayonetta that I set my sights upon. It was you as a child, Cereza, that I saw. For she was the one who saw the world through innocent eyes, and she was the one who could give rise to a new history. It was her energy that could awaken the left eye. This has all worked out splendid. Let us begin, Cereza. The time is at hand. Now, the resurrection of Jubileus shall be completed. We are the eyes overseeing the world. We are the eyes overseeing a new era, a new reality, to which we will devote ourselves eternally. Jubileus, the Creator, grace all of its creations.
Yep. So I was able to get a platinum for this fight. If you're having trouble following the story, apparently it's based on what's something known as the anthropic principle, which is something I have not really looked up, and I don't know nothing about. The story's kind of hard to follow overall, but really when most people play this game on repeat, they just skip the cutscenes anyway, so it's not exactly the biggest thing to worry about, even though, yeah, it is confusing, really. Like, I've tried to make sense to it, but if you notice during, like, the loading screens and this angel attack, Bayonetta doesn't appear. So, yeah, right after you finish this chapter, like, she disappears from those things because now she's sealed away. So yeah, and I just played through this angel attack just because I could. Just to show that, yeah, she doesn't actually appear. But yeah, the next chapter is the final chapter. It's going to be the epilogue. Depending on how long the recording is going to take me, I might have to split it up into 2 videos because, I mean, my videos have gone on for a pretty long time, never above 50 minutes, but I don't know how long that one is going to, so we'll just have to see what happens based on the recordings. But thank you for joining me all the way thus far. We're nearing the end of the game, and I'll see you in the next video.